check and make sure. Check and make sure. Okay, I hear myself. That's good. Friday morning, April 4th. My oldest kid turns 17 tomorrow. So wishing her a happy birthday. Still kind of messing around with this Prism layout. I need to get more images on this device. I was watching one of the older ones from like last year, and I need to find that dancing monkey GIF. I thought that was a good one. Either way, all right. So back to the old watch later playlist. Pay no mind to that. I want to go away. All right. Well, it'll go away in a second. It's funny to me how this watch later playlist has become a receptacle for these videos that we want to review here. It's just an interesting thing. Okay, since we have to kind of keep this one a little brief this morning, we'll go for one of the shorter videos. So this one, I guess, is what's his face? Ray Comfort made this movie. So let's check this.
Are there times when you would love to have another address or phone number to use instead of your home address and personal number?
I don't know about you guys, it's really loud for me, so let me check this. I don't know about you guys, it's really loud. Okay. I don't think it seems to make a difference. It's just when I turn it down in my headphones. So because you saw on Prism, the device volume control is independent on theirs. Secret code to the world's most hated book? What? Is that really? That's just how it started? Most hated book? Where do the Bible? It says the world's most hated book? That's a crazy claim, bro. That's crazy.
I do admit there are things in the universe I don't understand.
Okay.
But my response to that is not to make up silly stories.
They're pretty good stories. Some of them are pretty good stories.
40%, 45% of the American people believe literally in Adam and Eve. I mean, that's a shocking figure.
What is special about that book?
Because you believe it's all true, don't you?
I do, yeah.
And his wife turned into a block of salt when she looked back. Do you believe that happened?
I believe it happened because Jesus did.
The Goat Herder's Guide to the Universe.
Does it say I believe it happened because Jesus did? Was Jesus even around for Sodom and Gomorrah? I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Before approaching the bench in traffic court.
I think most people who claim they're religious don't really think Jonah lived inside of a whale, or meaning in our own lives. Our lives can become, in fact, richer than believing in these fairy tales.
When you were a kid and they were telling you whatever you believe in religion, do you think if they had switched the fairy tales that they read to you in bed with the Bible, you would know the difference? Do you think if there was the fairy tale about a man who lived inside of a whale and it was religion that Jack built a beanstalk today, you would know the difference? Why do you believe in one fairy tale and not the other?
Oh, and that's a good point. Like with Jack and the Beanstalk or something like that. I think Bill makes a good point there. Or if, somebody like said that, probably a lot of people have said it, but, like if they discovered like the Lord of the Rings, like 1,000 years from now and thought that it was like some type of, they took it as being like historical or something.
So when someone says they believe in the Word of God literally, what do you mean when you say that? And no one's ever answered me. There's a code going on that I need the Rosetta Stone. I need someone to sit me down and go,
Penn, I actually took you up on your offer. 3 times I asked you to come and sit down with me, and 3 times you refused. The first time was after I'd interviewed Professor Lawrence Krauss for one of our movies in a hotel room in Washington, D.C.
Would you like to do an interview?
You declined. The second time I asked you to sit down...
Hey, my awesome wife. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, Ray was on a call with somebody, probably Matt Dillahunty, and he was trying to get him to watch this movie, get plug-in for the movie. So it ended up in my watch later playlist. I want to see what it's about, but it's about him arguing with atheists, you know, and trying to convince them the Bible's real.
With me was a little later after Professor Krauss had interviewed me.
Hey, what are you?
You declined. The third time was when you approached me on the sidewalk outside of the hotel. Once again, you refused.
He's got like this like somber music in the background. He's like, dude, I tried to save you, Penn. Why you didn't take me up on it, bro?
This time saying that you weren't qualified.
You and I sit down and have a talk. I really appreciate talking. Yes, you are.
You then asked me who it was that made God. After I answered that question, I gave you scientific evidence for God's existence. Our 15-minute conversation was filmed. It was very congenial, and in fact, a few days later, you spoke well of it both on your podcast and in a magazine interview.
But I think he's also tragically wrong. No, he kind of just gives up and it's right there. And
then I received an email from your manager that talked about your New York attorneys becoming involved if we publicly released the footage. For some reason, you didn't want anyone to see it. So it's made me wonder if you're really sincere about wanting to know that code. But oh shit.
Well, okay, so now there's a claim of a code. I think he was being facetious when he was talking about, you know, needing a cipher or whatever, right? Like, that was meant to be funny, but I think that's also what he meant by when he said that he wasn't qualified, right? Because he speaks as a public non-believer, right? He probably was thinking, you know, in terms of like debating you, and if he didn't want the footage released, it's probably because it didn't, you know, there's certain things like my debate with Jill, right? Like probably, you know, there wasn't, you know, a lot of, how do I put this? It didn't look great for either of us. I mean, you know, Jill's, you know, got his same talking points, right? Just butting heads. And there's no real content to it, right? And that's how a lot of debates go, but usually it's kind of one-sided. But if it's on both sides, you just kind of got two people, you know, gingerly touching tips or whatever.
Anyway.
No one's ever answered me. There's a code going on that I need the Rosetta Stone.
The Rosetta Stone was found in 1799 and was the key to deciphering fellow atheist Jacqueline Glenn just after she had seen our film Evolution vs. God. She wasn't too excited about it.
I make like you and make them look like a fool. Listen, sometimes people like you deserve to be deserving of insults. But you know what? You deserve worse than that in my opinion, because you want to know why? You are so entirely that calling you stupid isn't good enough. You are a liar, you are a con man. This guy's a scam artist. He's conning everyone.
If you don't know who Ray Comfort is, he is Banana Man. That's Ray Comfort. He is the guy who made the documentary Evolution vs. God that I debunked. Now, this was a long time ago, and because of that video that I made that actually got quite a bit of attention.
And this movie itself is older too, like 6 years I think it said. So this is all like over a decade ago. The stuff that he's actually covering right now.
Ray Comfort, he hates me.
I just went through
It's 2018, so yeah.
My mail, and I got this letter, and this is one of the craziest things I've ever gotten in my P.O. box. But this particular letter, when I opened it, my jaw hit the floor, and like, for example, the one that I just reviewed, Christmas Gone Viral. And from Ray and Sue Comfort. But if he wants to be friends, Ray Comfort, if you're busy after all, I strongly disagree with.
Of course.
Yes, so beliefs are very important.
Sure, all day. But my point is that atheism is not a belief.
Why would you be afraid to say it's a belief? There's nothing wrong with faith. You've got faith in something.
Because I was looking at that, I thought it was my phone.
Possibly talk, and I'll probably
sunbathe, right? Like the temperature. I'm getting text in the back. She's around anymore. So maybe he did get a successful conversion here.
Hey, now I got a problem. I got to convince you.
Yeah, so that's like a common,
I don't need to
eagerly trying to get back up to the front, I think
Debate on the arguments because he knows his audience is going to buy it.
I suspect that Jacqueline's
Professor, see, he gave him the title. Or more with...
Who will argue that atheism means lack of...
My viewers here, and if anybody